Hello, welcome. Another preseason preview. You're listening to Send Him Off. My name is Sam, and joining me, as always, is my ever-present podcasting partner, Alex. We are trudging through these. We're getting
Oh
there.
my gosh, right. We're on our way. What number is this one now? This like in order of
7 to
recording,
record,
this
I
is number
think.
7. This
Yeah,
could be number whatever going out. So listen,
I
if you're
think
a
it might
Leicester
be number
fan,
7
could
going out.
be. There we
I
are.
think it might.
Leicester, lucky number 7 for you lot. Any case, Sam, we're not alone. Do
We're
your
not.
thing.
We are joined by Megan. Is Send Him Off debut. Can I just say it's lovely to have new people on. I love it. From Leicester Fan TV, we've got Jonathan. Jonathan, thank you for joining us, mate. How's things?
All right.
Not bad. Thank you for having me. It's been interesting few weeks, but yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Well,
Awesome.
I was going to say interesting few weeks. We'll start with last season before we get too much into that. So, if you could just like sort of finish my sentence for Leicester, last season was
Awful.
awful. That's a
Awful.
strong word.
We had a lot of injuries, which we could not help. But Top has recently made a statement saying that he's got a new medical team. So maybe I don't think he was happy with the way we did things last season. But
Yeah.
the set pieces was just abysmal. You know, we're a sieve, so that's got to improve. But we were potentially in a relegation battle at one point, but no, we need to do better this season.
It's mental how the expectation has shifted in Leicester in the last 10 years or so. I love it though. I love the ambition. It's the opposite of what we were talking about with Everton yesterday. Is that
Yeah.
their ambition has just gone, oh, I'd be happy to stay up
Yes.
now. Whereas Leicester, they're pushing. So last season you're saying disappointment. What is going to be the key difference this year then?
Um, Injuries is one of them. At one point, we didn't have less than 5 injuries at one point last season. I think don't quote me on that, but it felt like we didn't have any made a lot of key players at one point. We had Fofana out until February. He was a massive defender. Vardy was out for a long period of time. I don't think he actually recovered because the season before that he had a injury, an operation, and I don't think he actually fully recovered from that. Who else was it really injured? We didn't have Castagna for a while. We didn't have Evans for a while. So we were riddled with injuries, and that really hindered us. So maybe less injuries will be better. Tactical wise, maybe Schmeichel needs to improve. Well, there's rumours he's actually going to go to Nice.
That was the question I was going to ask. Like, do you feel like you've improved anything this season? Because it doesn't look like you made any signings. It doesn't really look like you're going to make any signings.
No.
So, like with all these problems that you've had, and you even like refer to yourselves as a sieve. Do you see anything being resolved at all, or have you seen anything being resolved?
Kind of. Mainly midfield was quite flat with Tielemans had a really poor season. But with Pratt coming back, Pratt has been he's been it's been bright, and so is Daka. Daka's been a massive improvement. He's really improved on his game. He scored an assist in every goal in every game pre-season. The one against Hall was superb. I know it's only pre-season, but his confidence is going to go through the roof. I think Brendan wanted to do a rebuild, but then went back and said he wanted the mental rebuild, which was like that's a bit of a flop, bit of a cop out, I think. But I still think we'll go 13th, 14th. I still think we'll get 13th, 14th because I think we need some signings to elevate us. I still think with the same squad we're not going to improve or just stagnate. I think we need to make a few signings.
Yeah, that's what would worry me at the minute. I'm looking at the squad and I'm thinking there's been no improvement. There's been
Yeah.
no real, there's been no real damage done in the market, but there's been nothing added to it. And to be honest, I've got Brendan down as possibly him and Frank Lampard. I think are the two that are in early danger of losing the jobs pre-World Cup. I think
Yeah.
those are the two that I think could be in a bit of bother. If just hypothetically, if Brendan was to go, if Brendan went tomorrow, who would you bring in?
Because on our channel, we're always, fans always bring up that chat every now and again. Whenever we had a bad run last season, was quite often who will just get rid of Brendan for. And to be honest, there's not really that many because if you think about it, who will come in? Because we're sort of a middle team where we're not like relegation candidates, but we're not going for top four every season. So with Brendan Rodgers, that's the sort of way of middle ground where he is as a manager, because he proved at Liverpool that he does tend to bottle it, and we did technically bottle it with Leicester. We bottled Champions League twice. We won the FA Cup. We was phenomenal. It was one of the best years of best competitions Leicester fans win the FA Cup, but he needs to make improvement. If we don't see improvement in tactics by let's say end of September, or maybe even earlier, because it needs to be that quick. With no signings, you've got to obviously improve tactics. If we don't see that, then there's nothing. So what's got to be in there?
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a worrying time. It's a bit of a nothing time.
I think oh, go on, sorry.
No, go on, Al.
No, I was just gonna say, in Leicester's case, I think it's going to be, because we mentioned Everton earlier, and I was just putting some pieces together. I think if Brendan goes, then I think Lampard goes. Not to get chatting about Everton or anything, but I think that's the next thing we'll see for Brendan if he does leave Leicester. I think he will go to Everton.
Do you?
That's my prediction. I think there's going to be like
that's
a knock-on effect.
That's a bold old prediction. I like that.
That's what I think.
I would bring in Pochettino, like the one manager who I feel who is in a dream world, not in the real world, as Pochettino, because he's not in a job. He's a manager that can help improve Leicester to that step above. But Pochettino to Leicester, I think, is a massive downgrade to what he's been through. He's been at PSG, he's been at Tottenham. Going down to Leicester might be a bit of a downgrade, but he's a manager I feel who actually will come to Leicester who's not in a job.
I think Wayne Rooney's there as well. I mean, I know he's not quite.
He's gone to
be. Oh, okay, never mind then.
Flynn Downs paid for that now.
Yeah, that's true. There we go.
So who are your key players this year? I know nobody new has come in. Is it the same old guard? You're looking towards Vardy for the goals, Fofana at the back, like you said, Tielemans down the middle. Obviously, Schmeichel's on his way out, it looks like.
Yeah.
Is Danny Ward stepping in, or are you going to be looking to sign?
I saw in the chat we might be signing someone. Not confirmed, it's just rumours. Our second key number is Iverson. He's
right,
quite apparently he's been superb, but I haven't really seen much of that in pre-season. But we need to sign someone. We can't have Danny Ward and Iverson as our backup as our keepers, because they haven't got the experience of Schmeichel. He's got that wealth of experience. Even though he's not playing well, he still makes those world-class saves. And we need a keeper that's young, yes, quite young, but has a bit of experience. But we haven't really got a keeper at the moment that can support the direction we're going in as a club.
Yeah.
Sure.
So in terms of key men, sorry, I sort of.
Key men.
It's my fault.
Fofana, definitely Fofana. Daka for me. Daka has to step up, because Vardy's getting to an age where he can't play every game, so Daka needs to step up, and I feel like he can do this season. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall for me.
Nice.
He was bright spot last season. He's bumped us up, so Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. That's it. I think we're quite flat at the moment. Harvey Barnes on the left, Madison, definitely Madison. Very creative. I don't know how he didn't get the England team in. So, but yeah, I think those sort of players we build upon. Striker, midfielder, defender. Although those are my key players, I think we'll need to rely on next season.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Harvey Barnes is that I've said this to you before now. No one ever refers to him as anything other than Harvey Barnes. I've never heard him referred to as Barnes.
Yeah. He's never Barnes.
Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes.
It's like one word. No, I like that.
Nice.
You what? Sorry.
Rolls off the tongue. It's nice.
It is a nice little name. Yeah, to be fair,
it's a nice name to say.
So those are your key players. Anybody under the radar, sort of an unsung hero that you'd be looking at?
Anybody that like a Leicester fan would see like him doing all the dog work, but like necessarily to us, we wouldn't probably pick him out, that kind of thing.
Mark Albrighton for me.
Okay.
I think he goes under the radar because he doesn't play as much as other players, but when he does play, he's a workhorse. He runs down the wing all game, puts in great balls. He's an absolute workhorse. Maybe he's not got the qualities of the players, but when he comes on, he's going to put in a shift, to put in all the effort. I think last season when he played, when we did the player ratings, he didn't get lower than a 7 in any game. He's always that steady, consistent player, and I think Albrighton for me would be that player that would be under the radar, but a good quality player as a backup player.
I get James
sure.
Milner vibes.
Yeah,
You
yes,
know,
sort of
in the
Leicester's
same
James
way
Milner.
where he's just
Yeah.
consistently still doing it. How old is he? 31, 32 now, probably?
Yeah, 32, 31.
Yeah.
Like he's not young. Like I don't think he could be doing it for much longer. I think he can go to another club and play first. If he goes to a European club, he can play first team football even a lower league club. But at the moment, he's a really good backup and puts in a lot of effort.
Yeah, I think depth
Sure.
is just so important these days. I think it's become even more important. You see that with City and Liverpool. That's why they're succeeding. But I feel like it used to be that like at the top you needed depth because of Europe, but now I just think wherever you are in the league, you just need this
You need to
ridiculous
have
amount of
depth.
depth. It's just
Yeah.
stepped up so much,
And
and
I think
that's
that'll-
why if I was a Leicester fan, I'd be a little bit worried about the market or the
That's
lack
exactly what I
thereof.
was going to say.
Um,
I'd be
We've got depth. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we've got in centre backs, we've got Evan Safana, Amati Sionchu, Vestergaard. That's 5 centre backs.
yeah,
So I don't think I'm worried about depth. What I'm worried about is we're stagnating. It's the same players. It's like eating the same dinner every night. You're going to get bored. You need to,
yeah.
and in some mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Flare it up. You need to flare it up. I think we need like. When do you remember Man United brought Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah.
yeah.
But awful, and then brought Bruno Fernandes, and then they were excellent. We need that player. We need a ever since Mahrez left, we've had no good right winger. We've had Perez, who's awful, but we need a Perez. We need a Mahrez to spark up the right wing.
You've made me laugh with that mayonnaise comment.
Mayonnaise.
I just love mayo, but what I'm saying is we're just stagnating. We haven't. I
totally get you. Totally get you.
Yeah, particularly as last season was obviously the one where the first season in a while where I felt like Leicester maybe took a backward step rather than a forward one. And to not change after that is, like you said, you're worried about being stagnant. So, where would you see? You said maybe 13th or 14th. Is that that's a realistic expectation? Where would you be happy with this season, though?
I'll be happy with 8th or above, maybe 8th to 6th. I'll be like, yeah, that's been a quality season and a cup run. Maybe I would love to challenge for the EFL Cup because that's a competition where other massive, like Liverpool and Man City, they want to win it, but they're not going all guns blazing for it.
Yeah.
And it's a new competition that Vardy, Schmeichel, and/or Brighton, well, mostly Schmeichel and Vardy and or Brighton haven't won. They've won the FA Cup, Premier League, they've won the Community Shield, they've won the Championship. The one they haven't won is the Carabao Cup. So
yeah, would that be a good result for you then? Like even if you finish 13th or 14th to get a Carabao Cup, and then that's a ticket to Europe.
Yeah, a Conference League and. They'll be like, yeah, you go because European football draws from players. No matter what level of European football, Champions League, Europa League, whatever, it still attracts players and teams that aren't in it. So
yeah, no, that's true. That's a good point. But we've had your expectation of what you'd be happy with. You're giving us a little sort of a sniff at what your prediction would be. But what is your nearly colours to the mast final Premier League prediction place for Leicester?
It depends on what Leicester comes
All out honesty.
All out honesty. I can give 2 in different situations. One,
go on then, yeah.
If we carry on from last season, 13th.
Okay.
If we have no injuries, if we, improve on tactics and stuff like that, I reckon we'll get 7th.
Okay, so anywhere between 13th and 7th then.
Yeah, depending on what Leicester turns up.
Okay, not bad. I think that's fair enough.
Not too bad at all. I think that's that covers just about everything. We've enjoyed chatting to you, Jonathan. It's been interesting. Leicester's a viewpoint that I don't really get a lot. Yeah, it's not one that I hear from a lot. So it's nice to chat. Outside the big 6, but not too far outside the big 6.
We're just one of those clubs where people sometimes go, "Yeah, Leicester's going to be a difficult club," or if they put us under the rug because they don't, we're just Leicester. We're a small club in the Midlands, but sometimes we can play with the big boys.
Yeah,
that's proven.
That's proven. Absolute pleasure chatting to you, mate. Do you want to take a couple of moments just to tell people where they can find you, the channel, on social media?
So Leicester Fan TV is on pretty much everything. You know, we've got Twitter. We do live streams mainly every Sunday and Monday at the moment with Phil and Jamie on the Sunday. Yeah, we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everything. Just follow us on Leicester Fan TV.
There we are.
Sound. You heard
There we
him.
are.
Go and
You
follow
heard
him, you Leicester
Follow the
fans.
instructions. Yeah, you can find us likewise on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is Send 'Em Off Pod. Instagram, Send 'Em Off Podcast. We will be releasing all the rest of these preseason previews and announcing them on there. So head over to social media just to catch when they drop. Drop us a follow on Spotify if you're listening or wherever you're listening to this podcast.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah,
Why not?
subscribe on
Do that
YouTube. Be
too.
nice to us. We'd
Follow
absolutely
our
love it.
TikTok. We're going to be doing some more on TikTok this year.
Well,
as
follow us on TikTok as well. Follow us on TikTok.
Oh, there we are.
There we are. We're all
Yeah,
on
We're on
TikTok.
TikTok.
Boys.
We're all on TikTok.
We're all on
TikTok City, baby.
There we are.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Been a pleasure as always. And we'll catch you for the next one. Ta-ra.
Take care.